This week on Maker Update, spiral stairs, the Trinket M0, a glove that tracks high fives, Charlotte the Drawbot, an essential bit of road trip tech, and a tip for storing filament. It's Wednesday, August 30th. I'm Donald Bell, and welcome to another Maker Update. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me here again. I have a great show for you this week with an embarrassing amount of amazing projects, so let's get right into it, starting with the project of the week. Over on Instructables, Nick Fournier has a beautiful write-up on how he created this wooden spiral staircase using a blend of CAD design, CNC milling, and hand sculpting. Using reclaimed wood from an old matchstick factory, Nick fabricated this staircase that not only spirals up, but has a twisting helix-style center that I've never seen before. The staircase is pinned and epoxied into the concrete floor with steel rod connecting through each tread. And even though the CNC mill handled a lot of the dirty work of roughly shaping each step, Nick had to set up a Dexter-style kill room to handle the fine sanding and finishing work to give each step a handmade feel. After a dry fit, Nick further sculpted the lines of the staircase with a chainsaw and a power sander. Once he got it how he liked, a few coats of oil transformed it into this. I rarely get to see architectural projects like this on Instructables, but it's such a great example of the kinds of possibilities that open up when you can add 3D modeling and CNC into the mix. It's time for some news. Last week, Adafruit announced the newest member of their CircuitPython compatible board refresh, the Trinket M0. The Trinket has been one of my favorite Arduino compatible boards for a long time now. It's super small, it does most of what you want an Arduino to do, and it's under $10. The new M0 edition keeps the same dimensions and Arduino compatibility, but swaps out the ATtiny processor for the faster AT-SAMD Cortex M0 Plus that can run Python code. The board is $9 and has native USB support for every OS, so for loading up Python code, you can just plug it into your computer over USB, edit the built-in script, and eject it. That's it. For those of you keeping count, Adafruit now has the Trinket M0, the Gemma M0, Feather M0 Express, Metro M0 Express, and the Circuit Playground Express with M0. The only board left I can think of that they may bump up to an M0 is the Pro Trinket, but with the Feather M0 Express at $20, that might be splitting hairs. Maybe I'm just an Adafruit fanboy, but I feel like this is the most exciting thing happening in Maker boards right now. I have a few more projects to share with you. Caleb Kraft has a great show and tell video on how he created this glove for counting high fives. There's a built-in display that counts up every time the glove receives a smack on the palm. The circuit is based on this reaction counter project on Adafruit and uses an original Trinket, a 4-digit display, and an external battery pack. It's a relatively simple build, and with some hot glue and some thread, you can really make the thing look pretty cyberpunk. Another project that caught my eye this week is a drawbot called Charlotte by maker Thomas O'Reilly. The bot uses an Arduino Nano to power and control 3 servos with pens attached to them. Light sensors for each servo allow you to wave your hands over the bot and have some degree of input over how it behaves. The end result is this squiggly abstract art that looks really cool. I also love the attention that Thomas paid to creating the illustrations for this guide. It's a work of art in itself. It's time for another Cool Tools review. This time around, I'm going to show you guys an in-car power inverter from BESTEK. This is a bestseller on Amazon. I picked one up for around $27, and if you want to get this exact same one, using the Amazon link in the description helps to support my videos and the Cool Tools blog. This weekend, my friends and I are taking a road trip up to the Northwest. We've done this trip a few times, and one of the problems we always run up against is charging our gadgets, our phones, laptops, and camera batteries. This time, I'm prepared. This inverter plugs right into my van's 12-volt socket and spits out 2 300-watt 110-volt AC outlets plus 2 2.4-amp USB outlets. The whole thing is super compact. It comes in this sturdy aluminum enclosure. There's a switch on the back to turn it on and an indicator light on the other side. There's also a little PC fan inside to keep it from overheating and a built-in 40-amp internal fuse to protect your stuff. I've been using it over the last month to charge my phone and some LiPo batteries for different projects, and it does the job. A few reviewers online have mentioned that it's underpowered if you wanted to directly run power tools off it. That said, for rechargeable power tools, it could be just the trick for recharging on the road. So that's the BESTEK 300-watt power inverter. If you're road tripping with nerds or just need a way to plug in an AC gadget on the go, it's a great price for what it delivers. You can pick one up using the Amazon link in the description. And remember, you can see thousands of reader-recommended tools like this at cool-tools.org. A few other tips to share with you this week. Over on Tested, there's a short tip from Frank Ippolito on storing leftover PLA or ABS 3D printing filament in Ziploc bags with silica packets to prevent moisture from making the material brittle over time. I also got an email from Federico Toban about a maker podcast I hadn't heard before called Opposable Thumbs. Each episode tackles a different creative challenge and has on a different guest. It's worth checking out. Maker fairs this weekend. We have Eindhoven, San Jose, and Des Moines. If those are near you, you should go check it out. And that's it for this week's Maker Update. Be sure to subscribe and like and leave a comment or all of those things. And next week, not only is it my 50th episode of Maker Update, but it's also my 1 year anniversary of doing the show. It just timed out that way. So I gotta do something cool. I don't know what it is yet, but be sure to check back. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.